Today, we are looking at one of the most important animation principles called squash and stretch. You see, squash and stretch is all about showing flexibility, weight, and life in motion. And sometimes it can be seen as how objects react to impact. It's not just about soft things only, like it is usually portrayed, but we use it on almost everything to make actions feel believable. For example, imagine a bouncing ball. When it hits the ground, it squashes, showing impact. But when it bounces back up, it stretches, showing speed. But apart from bouncing balls, there are other real life examples that have squash and stretch. Like in a jump, there's a squash when a character is crouching, then a stretch when flying through the air. That's when the character jumps up. So even in faces, the cheeks squash when smiling, and the eyes stretch when surprised. In fact, the whole face stretches when surprised. Other examples we have cushions like soft things, balloons, even a cat landing from a leap. All these examples show squash and stretch. The key idea in this principle of animation is that the volume stays the same. So if the shape squashes, it gets wider. If it stretches, it gets longer. Squash and stretch is used to add personality and realism. So without squash and stretch, the animation feels stiff and unconvincing. But with it, everything feels alive. Not all objects have the same amount of squash and stretch. Flexible objects tend to squash and stretch the more, while non-flexible or rigid objects have less squash and stretch, or none at all. Like a bouncing ball, a rubber bouncing ball have more squash and stretch than a rigid plastic ball or even a ball of iron.